Explosions make accidental fires too, and then oops, we don't know how that happened, and then you look into it and you see that it's tied to something that's tied to something that's tied to something that's tied to, and then you realize, oh, it wasn't just an explosion or a fire. A lot's about to come out, another arrest is coming again. Watch for those fires. Explosions make fires too.
Someone should answer for it, but we'll see. I think we know who the culprits are.
Could it be that Ally Carter knew all along? She's warned us before about Hollywood's dark secrets, but this time it's about something bigger, something burning.
A lot's about to come out, another arrest is coming again. Watch for those fires. Explosions make fires too. Explosions make accidental fires too.
What are the elites trying to hide? Is this about power, control, or something even darker?
Catastrophe in California. A Los Angeles disaster movie roars to life.
Whoa! This was like an 80-mile-an-hour blowtorch.
I came out and I saw a fireball.
And why do these fires always seem to hit the same places, like they're targeted? It's not just the flames that are raising eyebrows, it's the suspicious circumstances surrounding them.
Explosions make accidental fires too, and then oops, we don't know how that happened, and then you look into it and you see that it's tied to something that's tied to something that's tied to something that's tied to, and then you realize, oh, it wasn't just an explosion or a fire.
Ally dropped hints, made allegations, and raised more questions than answers. And yet, no one's listening. Could this silence be deliberate? Ally Carter has always been vocal about the darker side of Hollywood, from exposing exploitation to calling out corruption. But now her warnings about the LA fires have people questioning everything. With over 12,000 structures destroyed and thousands of families displaced, these fires have left a trail of devastation. But why do these disasters feel so calculated? Why were resources mismanaged during such a critical time?
We're aware of the water issues with the reservoirs and stuff, right?
Oh, okay. You didn't know about that?
No,
They didn't tell you the reservoir was empty.
we never no clue.
Yeah, you should have known this.
Did you think you had water initially?
Initially, we did. We had water, but we ran out of water fairly quickly.
And could Ally Carter's accusations be linked to something far more sinister? A conspiracy that ties Hollywood elites, hidden agendas, and catastrophic destruction? Allegations of financial crimes and other shady activities were being talked about just weeks before the flames took over. Could someone have used the chaos to hide something? Think about it. California is used to wildfires, but this time the damage felt strange. Entire neighborhoods were wiped out, yet some areas, linked to wealthy and powerful people, seemed untouched. It wasn't just bad luck. Fans have pointed out that it almost looked like the fires were choosy. Was this nature, or was there more to it? And that's not all. Hollywood is deeply tied to California's politics and economy, so it's not crazy to think they could pull strings. There have been rumors about the elite hoarding water, shady land deals, and even trying to dodge lawsuits. Right before these fires, there were whispers about big lawsuits and investigations targeting major Hollywood players. Last year, Sean Diddy Combs was caught up in some of the most serious allegations you could imagine: STFing and racketeering. According to the charges, he allegedly forced women into horrifying situations involving male days-long sessions, and even recorded everything on camera. But what's making this even messier is the so-called Diddy list. Could the fires and these scandals be connected? Are people trying to cover their tracks?
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, interstate transportation for prostitution.
This alleged list that's gone viral on social media is like a who's who of Hollywood's elite. We're talking Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Ashton Kutcher, Paris Hilton, Jennifer Lopez, and even Usher. It's eerily similar to the infamous Epstein list, which shook the world. And while no A-lister has been directly implicated in the case, their silence is deafening. Could Hollywood be circling the wagons to protect its own? Some celebrities on the alleged list are acting suspicious. Take Usher, for example. He once admitted to seeing wild things when he stayed with Diddy. But now, all his posts on X have mysteriously vanished, and he's claiming his account was hacked. Pink also wiped her entire social media without a word, and Megan Fox, who's known for being outspoken, deleted everything on her Instagram and X accounts. Are they distancing themselves from Diddy, or is there something bigger they don't want us to see? Then there's Khloe Kardashian, who casually admitted in an old interview that she attended one of Diddy's infamous parties. She joked about it, saying, "I think half the people there were." Back then, it seemed like just another Hollywood story. But now, people are looking at it in a whole new light. Were these parties just some wild fun, or was there something darker going on behind the scenes?
Got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go to this party. I think half the people there, you would have loved it.
Think about it. Diddy's case is all over the headlines. The list is going viral. And suddenly these devastating fires tear through LA, destroying thousands of homes and structures. Could some of those homes have been hiding something? Allegedly, Hollywood has a history of distractions when scandals get too hot. Is this another one of those moments? The California wildfires have sparked a number of theories online, and Catherine Austin Fitz, a former George H.W. Bush official, wants to know how many people connected to Sean Diddy Combs were impacted. Fitz, who served as United States Assistant Secretary of Housing and Urban Development for Housing for Bush, said on the podcast that it's hard to conceive the original fires weren't triggered from the sky or from the suborbital platform. Fitz added that she's seen dreadful things done to cover up pedophilia, and that she wouldn't be surprised if it's part of the reason behind the wildfires. While an official list has never been released, alleged celebrities who attended Combs parties include: the alleged list contains names of Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Ashton Kutcher, Paris Hilton, Howard Stern, Russell Brand, Mariah Carey, Jennifer Lopez, and Russell Simmons, amongst others. Fitz isn't the only one floating Diddy theories. Some people on social media think alleged Combs SA victim Allie Carter may have predicted the Southern California wildfires. In a resurfaced clip from October 2024, Carter said a lot was about to come out, and another arrest was coming after Combs' arrest in September. "Watch for those fires. Explosions make fires too," Carter said. "Explosions make accidental fires too, and then oops, we don't know how that happened. Then you look into it and you see that it's tied to something. That's tied to something. That's tied to something. That's tied to trafficking. And then you realize, oh, it wasn't just an explosion or a fire. It wasn't an accident," Carter said.
A lot's about to come out. Another arrest is coming again. Watch for those fires. Explosions make fires too. Explosions make accidental fires too.
But this isn't the first time people have questioned Hollywood's influence. For years, critics have accused the industry of wielding its power to silence anyone daring to expose its secrets. One person who understands this all too well is Mel Gibson. Now, it appears even he hasn't been untouched by the devastation of these Palisade fires. Standing amidst the ruins of his once beautiful home, Gibson raised questions that resonated far beyond his personal loss. Surveying the wreckage during a ride-along with News Nation, Gibson asked firefighters about their resources, or lack thereof. What he discovered shocked even the most seasoned responders. Early into the firefight, water supplies ran out. But what made this revelation even more chilling was the fact that the local fire department wasn't informed that the reservoir, an essential resource in battling the fires, was already empty before the blaze began. For Gibson, this wasn't just a logistical error. It was a red flag waving in plain sight.
Aware of the water issues with the reservoirs and stuff, right?
Oh, okay. You didn't know about that.
No,
They didn't tell you the reservoir was
we
empty.
never no clue.
You should have known this.
Did you think you had water initially?
Initially, we did. We had water, but we ran out of water fairly quickly.
Imagine this. Firefighters, desperate to control a raging inferno, suddenly find their hoses dry with no explanation. For many, this would signal incompetence. But for Mel Gibson, the question was much darker. Was this negligence, or was it intentional? Why weren't the responders informed of such a critical issue? Who failed to communicate this? And more importantly, why? These are the questions that Gibson, along with a growing number of skeptics, is demanding answers to. But the mismanagement didn't stop there. While the fire department scrambled to address the blaze, many residents reported witnessing unusual inconsistencies in how the fire spread. Gibson described the destruction as both intense and random, with entire neighborhoods burned to the ground while some homes remained miraculously untouched. Was this just the unpredictable nature of wildfires, or could there have been a more calculated reason behind the destruction? And if so, who stood to benefit from such chaos? This isn't the first time California has faced accusations of mismanagement during natural disasters, but Gibson's firsthand experience has drawn particular attention to what many are calling a monumental failure by the state government. The lack of water, delayed responses, and inconsistent communication all point to a troubling pattern of unpreparedness. However, Gibson's suspicions go even further. He believes the devastation was no accident. It was part of a planned effort to mask something far more sinister.
I mean, it's tragic. It makes you really sad. I was actually, there are neighbors I have that I was actually looking at them. I felt worse for them than I did for myself.
This theory isn't as far-fetched as it may seem. In the weeks leading up to the fires, reports surfaced of alleged water hoarding, where resources were siphoned away from public use and reserved for private entities. Could the empty reservoir have been a result of these practices? And if so, was it just coincidental timing that left firefighters stranded? Or was this part of a deliberate strategy to create chaos and destruction? What makes Gibson's claims even more intriguing is that he isn't the only one raising these questions. Conspiracy theories have long swirled around California's wildfires, with many speculating that these disasters are engineered events meant to serve hidden agendas. When people hear Hollywood elite, they think of glitz, glamour, and big names. But Mel Gibson believes there's a much darker side to it all. Gibson, who's never been shy about speaking his mind, has accused some of the biggest players in Hollywood of being part of something shady. For years, people wrote him off as crazy, but after the 2025 wildfires in Los Angeles, his warnings are starting to hit different.
I formed a bunch of opinions about the town and about the people in it.
These fires didn't just destroy homes, they left a lot of questions behind. What if they weren't just natural disasters? What if they were planned to cover up secrets? Gibson's comments have made people wonder, especially since these fires happened right after some big Hollywood scandals broke out. Allegations of financial crimes and other shady activities were being talked about just weeks before the flames took over. Could someone have used the chaos to hide something? Think about it. California is used to wildfires, but this time the damage felt strange. Entire neighborhoods were wiped out, yet some areas, linked to wealthy and powerful people, seemed untouched. It wasn't just bad luck. Gibson and others have pointed out that it almost looked like the fires were choosy. Was this nature, or was there more to it? Mel Gibson's firsthand experience with the fires adds weight to these suspicions. While appearing on Joe Rogan's podcast, Gibson revealed he was ill at ease after hearing that his neighborhood was in flames. When he returned to find his home destroyed, the devastation didn't just hit close to home, it raised a storm of questions. In a ride-along with News Nation, Gibson questioned firefighters about their resources. What he learned was shocking. Fire crews ran out of water early in the battle, and worse, no one had informed them that the reservoir was empty.
We're aware of the water issues with the reservoirs and stuff, right?
Oh, okay. You didn't know about that.
No,
They didn't tell you the reservoir was empty.
we never no clue.
Yeah, you should have known this.
Did you think you had water initially?
Initially, we did. We had water, but we ran out of water fairly quickly.
The LA wildfires highlight more than just poor planning. Gibson believes this monumental mismanagement wasn't an accident. The destruction appears random on the surface, but conspiracy theories suggest it was planned to target specific areas, hiding something in plain sight. Adding fuel to the fire, some residents reported unusual activities before the blaze. Reports of water theft and rumors about privately owned water resources being prioritized for the wealthy have surfaced. Were the fires just a byproduct of environmental sabotage for profit? While many dismiss these theories as sensational, the lack of transparency from government officials only deepens the suspicion. Gibson criticized California Governor Gavin Newsom for his handling of the crisis, calling out high taxes, mismanagement, and the growing divide between the wealthy and working-class Californians. He also pointed to societal issues like homelessness and crime, arguing that resources are misallocated while essential services like fire prevention are ignored. But could this negligence be intentional? As a citizen here, Newsom and Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, they want us to trust them to reimagine the city, our city, and how they think it should be. I mean, look at what they've done so far to this town, he said. You got nothing but rampant crime, acute homelessness, high taxes, mismanagement of water, firefighters, defunding the department, and we're supposed to trust them with millions of dollars to sort of remake where we live? It's our city, it's the city of the people, and they have another plan. There's still people from the Woolsey fire still living in trailers. When have you ever seen the government build back better? At the very least, it's insensitive. In any case, some conspiracy theorists believe these fires are a way for the elite to consolidate land and power under the guise of natural disaster recovery. For context, 2 years ago, a massive wildfire swept through Lahaina, leaving devastation in its wake. It seemed like Oprah saw an opportunity to turn it into a PR moment. With a staggering 1,000 acres of land on Maui and her well-known island-hopping lifestyle, she was basically the queen of the celeb scene there. At the time, she was caught on camera comforting evacuees at a shelter, and the whole world got to see her compassionate side. But that wasn't the end of it. That Sunday, she showed up at another evacuation center with her own CBS camera crew in tow. Reports later revealed that she and her crew were turned away, sparking a media frenzy. The county of Maui eventually chimed in on Facebook, giving her credit for respecting their no-camera policy. Some people praised her for her kind-hearted visit, but not everyone bought it. The comment section turned into a battleground, with folks accusing her of hogging the spotlight yet again. It felt like she was trying to star in her own reality show, and let me tell you, the audience had plenty to say about it. She needs to stay home. Turning recovery into a media frenzy isn't helping anyone. Billionaires seeking media attention is gross. You are all just fine with her buying up the land and turning recovery into a circus? One fan wrote, "This is funny. She burns down Hawaii and then goes to help out. I feel like all the contractors in the area should come together and build all these people new homes before the rich take their land." A second fan added, "Following this comment, Oprah Winfrey's massive property in Maui has triggered online speculations about whether or not they were impacted due to the wildfire on the island." Over the years, Oprah has purchased over a few thousand acres of land and has even been a part-time resident of the island. Among multiple properties on the island, some notable ones include 2,000 acres of farmland on the side of Haleakala, a dormant volcano at a height of 4,000 feet, and a private ranch. Then there are the 870 acres of agricultural land spread across Kula, a part of upcountry, to the western-facing slopes of Haleakala, all the way to Makawao and Kanaio. As per Maui Now, she bought the last one for a whopping $6.6 million in February 2023, which added to her existing properties in Kula and Hana. In light of this revelation, one Twitter journalist by the name Nicholas Veniamin shared his speculation on how Oprah's massive property managed to survive the disaster.
Fire comes across, destroys many homes near where she bought, and her places and her acres remain absolutely untouched.
According to Veniamin, Oprah and her fellow elites were allegedly trying to push their selfish agendas of accumulating land by making everyone believe that there is a climate emergency taking place.
Trying to spread fear, making us believe that we have a climate emergency. Guys, this is nothing but them burying us in regulation.
In any case, ever since the explosive revelations, Ally Carter has been MIA. After a viral testimony where she detailed horrifying experiences at the hands of some of the most powerful figures in entertainment, Ally Carter seemingly vanished into thin air. No public appearances, no social media updates, nothing. Before her disappearance, Ally Carter had been speaking up against Jay-Z.
Now we're getting mixed up in this celebrity mentality. Some people are saying that I was in the Run This Town video with Jay-Z in 2009. Now I'm going to tell you that when my mom finally showed me the picture, I had to double take.
Ally is referring to Jay-Z's Run This Town music video, which was seemingly recorded in a tunnel. Ally Carter went further to suggest that Diddy's connections to Jay-Z go deeper than anyone suspects, hinting at a network of tunnels under places like the Playboy Mansion. These tunnels, according to Carter, weren't just passages, but were allegedly used for some of the most disturbing encounters imaginable.
People built these tunnels. There's a lot of elite celebrities. They go down there for parties underneath the Getty.
Now, other celebrities who are being accused of contributing to the fire are the Kardashians. Recently, Khloe took to her Instagram story to lash out at LA's mayor after Los Angeles Fire Department chief Kristen Crowley told Fox 11 Los Angeles that the city had failed them due to recent cuts to the department's budget. In December, Chief Crowley had even issued a warning that the budget cuts will have a negative impact on her department's ability to respond to emergencies effectively. Sharing a video of the interview with her 304 million followers, Khloe wrote, "I stand by you, Chief Crowley. You spoke the truth, and you had tears in your eyes because I can tell you didn't even want to say that, but it was the truth." She then added, "Thank you for being honest. Mayor Bass, you are a joke." And while many have also been left reeling by Chief Crowley's revelation, Khloe's post did not land well with social media users, who were quick to point out her family's history of using more water than they should. One viral tweet that was posted in response to Khloe's Instagram story about the LA mayor reads, "Instead of Khloe Kardashian talking about Mayor Karen Bass, people should be talking about how she and her sister used an excess of over 300,000 gallons of water in just 1 month during a drought. How about the water waster just shut up?" Now, all this, it's a lot to take in, but the real question is, who's benefiting from these fires? If there's any truth to these claims, it's clear someone stands to gain from the destruction these fires caused. That's why Ally Carter's revelations have so many people paying attention. If the Hollywood elite are trying to get rid of evidence, it's only a matter of time before the cracks start to show. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.